Hey everybody, I'm Heather with Body Overhaul, and we have my son Eric and my niece Livie that are going to help us out with a corrective exercise routine today. We've got 10 exercises and we're going to do them in a circuit. You can do round one is going to be your level 1 option, round 2 is going to be your level 2 option, and round 3 will be the level 3 option, or you can just stay with level 1 or level 2 or whatever you want to stay with. So we're going to go 60 seconds on, 15 seconds off. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to start my music. The first exercise is going to be ankle mobilizations. So what you're going to do is you're going to get your foot just a couple inches away from the wall, and you're just going to push your knee towards the wall. You want to keep your heel in contact with the floor. Don't let that heel come up. And so we can stay here for level 1. And for level 2, you're going to push your knee out towards your pinky toe. And again, make sure that heel stays in contact with the floor. And then your level 3, you can back that foot up even more and go with the single leg. All right, and then at the halfway mark, you'll go ahead and switch your legs. All right, so let's switch our legs, guys. And this isn't going to be a huge stretch. Good job, Eric.
15 seconds left.
All right, and then we're going to go out towards the pinky toe. So if you're on round 2, that's going to be your level 2. And then for level 3, back it up a little further, and you'll go on a single leg. So you have a lot more weight on there.
Stop.
All right, so that was the ankle mobilizations. So now we're going to do some box squats. All right, so how about we have you guys come over here. So feet a little bit wider than, Eric has a new watch that he just can't take his eyes off. Sorry, buddy. Okay, so I'm going to use a box. You guys can just pretend to squat on a box. You're going to sit those hips back, come up, squeeze your butt. Really push those hips back. Spread those knees out. So you're going to push your knees out towards your pinky toe. Keep the chest nice and tall. Good job, guys. Nice. All right, so then your level 2, we go 1.5 legs. So you're just going to have one leg, all your weight on one leg, and then just this other leg is just here for balance. And then we can also go single leg where that heel is just barely touching. And this is something I need to work on. Oh. And like I just did right there, I kind of plopped down. You want to avoid doing that. So at the halfway, at 30 seconds, you want to go ahead and switch sides if you're doing a single leg, or the 1.5 leg. So again, 1.5 leg, you've just got a little bit of weight to help you with balance. And the single leg, you really want to try to have all your weight on one leg. All right, band chest stretch. Let's grab our bands, guys. Okay, here you go, Eric. You grab this one. Okay, so we're going to grab the band. You're going to have your hands about a little wider than shoulder width apart. If you're really flexible, and if you're really tight in your chest, grab out a little bit wider. You can use a towel or a rope, and you're just going to bring it up overhead. And you can either bring it back down, or you can just hold it back like this. Really stretch the chest. Do you guys feel a stretch in your chest? Yay? Nay?
Yay.
Yay? All right. And so we're just going to hold it, and we want to make sure we're standing up really tall. A lot of times people will do this and really arch their back. Squeeze your butt, tuck your butt under. What are you doing, Eric? Are you doing an advanced version? And pull those shoulders down and back. So a lot of times people will be like this and have their shoulders hunched up over their ears. Bring those shoulders down and pull them back towards your spine. Really open up that chest. Okay, and for your level 2, sorry, I keep forgetting to demonstrate the other ones. Just adding like a little bit of a rotation. And then your level 3, you can squat, rotate. This one's a little bit awkward. And make sure those knees stay in line with the toes, so we're not turning like this, all right? You're just twisting from the upper back. All right, split stance lunges next. All right, so we're gonna take a big step back. We're gonna hold it at the top. You're just gonna squeeze your glute, the glute of the back leg, shoulders stay nice and tall. Here's your level 1 option. Your level 2 option, you're gonna hold it at the bottom. Weight is in that front heel. We want to make sure those knees aren't going past the toes. Shoulders back. We can have hands on the hips. We can do prisoner. We can do prayer. saying, please God, please don't let this hurt so bad. And then level 3 option, so we already reached the halfway mark, so you would switch legs. Your level 3 option, I'm just gonna show you real quick, is just holding at the bottom with your back foot elevated up, all right? And you're gonna get a big stretch right here in your thigh. Again, shoulders stay up nice and tall, all right? Okay, let's switch our legs real quick so we're even. Whoa, shoulders up, chest tall. Keep that butt tucked under, squeeze the glute of the back leg. All right, so now we're gonna go down on the floor, guys. T's, Y's, and I's.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna lay down on our bellies.
Belly.
Yep. All right. Okay, Eric, I need you to go beside me, okay? All right, so a T raise hold. Nope, back up. All right, so you're just gonna look down, lift the arms up. The chest stays on the floor. Eric, can I have you move out of the way, please? Okay, so we're not lifting like this. Chest stays on the floor, lift those arms straight out to the side. Our level 2 version would be a Y. We want to point those thumbs up. Squeeze the shoulders down and back. Pull the abs in and squeeze the butt. And then our level 3 option is going to be an I raise. So just holding the top position. This is really challenging if you're really weak in your lower traps. But point those thumbs up. Squeeze your butt. If this is too hard, we can go out to a Y. And we can even do all 3 if you'd like. And every few seconds, we're just switching the angles up. Is this hard, Livie?
Yeah, kind of.
This is a lot harder than it looks. Okay. All right. Next one is our glute bridge. All right, guys, so we're going to lay down on our backs. Glute, your bottom. Okay. Eric, can you move back here, please? All right, so feet just right, Eric, back up this way. No, this way. Okay, so you're just gonna lift your hips up and down, just nice and easy. Squeeze your butt at the top. Your level 2, you're gonna hold those hips up and do a march. And what I like to do is get my toes up off the floor. So that way you know you're not gonna push from your toes. We want to keep those hips even. We don't want the hip of the leg that's lifting, we don't want that side to drop down. Keep it even. And you should only feel this in your butt, not your low back. And then the last option, level 3, is just going to be a single leg bridge. And when it comes to unilateral, one-sided stuff, I like to start with my weaker side. How you doing, Livie?
Good.
Good? Is your bottom burning?
Kind of.
Good.
My whole body is burning.
Your whole body's burning. Good. That means you're using it. Okay, the next one is called a hip hinge. All right, so I'm just going to go at this angle. We can point those thumbs straight back, or what I like is putting the hands in the small of the back. You're going to have a slight bend in your knees, stick your butt out, and then stand up nice and tall. So really push those hips back, load the heels, knees are just soft, and then stand up. And we should feel just a slight arch in the small back. If you start to feel that back round, you know you're going down too low. So a slight arch is what we want. All right, so then we can go for level 2, 1.5. So just having our toes on the ground. I really like this option because it still makes you work one leg, but then you can keep your balance a lot better with this one. Push those hips back, load your heel. And then your level 3 is going to a complete single leg. If you want, watch out, Liz, don't want to kick you. Whoa, that's actually my bad foot, so I'm gonna go to the other side. You're gonna hinge forward and then come up. My balance is kind of off today. So with that one, what you want to make sure you don't do is you don't want to lean forward. You want to still stick your butt out and keep your weight in your heel. You're just hinging. Think like a, kind of like a seesaw motion. All right, planks, guys. Let's get back down on the floor. Eric, get right over here, okay? You love planks? All right, Livie. Okay, so level 1 is just going to be a hold on your knees. I'm going to turn at to an angle a little bit so you can see that my body is straight. I'm not like this. No butts piking up in the air. You want to keep your hips nice and flat. Your level 2, you're just going to come up into a plank, so knees up off the floor. Make sure your tummies are nice and tight, guys. Squeeze your butts. Squeeze your bottoms.
This is just like a push-up.
It is kind of like a push-up. And then our level 3 option is going to be with those feet elevated. So that's going to make it even harder. Make sure that your shoulders are over your elbows or even a little bit forward. We don't want to be back here like this. No butt spiking up in the air. How you doing, Eric? How about you just stick with level 2, buddy? How you doing, Liz? Hold that bottom up. Oh. Okay. Next one. It's going to be a side plank. Okay, side plank, we're just going to lay on our sides. Okay? So make sure that elbow right underneath the shoulder. Lift those hips straight up. Biggest mistake people do here, they push their butts back. You want to be in a straight line from your knees to your hip, all the way up to your head. All right, our level 2 option. That hurts without a mat. Can I have this? Please?
It's not mine.
Okay, you need a little padding underneath. All right, so keep the body nice and straight. Open up that chest. Don't let that hip sag down. And then your level 3 option would be feet elevated. So that's going to be a little bit harder. So for this one, you want to switch halfway, switch at the 30-second mark, but I'm showing you all the different levels, so I'm not necessarily switching sides. All right. Don't lose your balance. Keep those hips up. Wow, Eric. How you doing, bud? He's being a little crazy. And just hold it nice and tight. Good. The main thing you want to do with the shoulder, don't let it sink into that shoulder. Push up out of it. All right. The last one is going to be bird dogs.
Bird dogs.
Bird dogs. All right, so we're going to get in all fours position. Your hands are right underneath your shoulders. The knees are right underneath the hips. For level 1, you're just going to raise the arms, alternate the arms up and down. All right. Shh. Point the thumbs up. And make sure that you're pulling that shoulder blade towards your tailbone and towards your spine. So we're not bringing the shoulder up by the ear. All right, so level 2, we're going to go to the legs. Just parallel to the floor. That's all we're doing. It's not about how high we lift. We just want to think more lengthening and squeezing in the hips. All right, and then we're going to do opposite arm, opposite leg. All right, you ready, Livie? So we're going to lift that right arm, left leg, and then we switch sides. Left arm, right leg. And pretend you're balancing a hot cup of coffee at the base of your spine. And if you move too much, or you try to lift too high, you're going to spill it. So stay nice and still in your torso. All right, so that's the end of your circuit. So you can either choose to rest right now, or you can do a minute of active recovery. So you can either do vertical jumps. Your level 1 vertical jump would just be, okay, watch out, Eric. You'd swing those arms back, squeeze those hips at the top. Your level 2, you add a little bit of a hop, and your level 3, you just make it bigger. Always land with your knees soft. You don't want to land with your knees straight. And this is more pushing the hips back. So you want to feel a stretch in the hamstring and squeeze your butt.
Mom, it's 5 o'clock.
No, it's not.
3 o'clock.
It's not. All right, fire out push-ups would be another option. You would be in a plank position. Push those hips back kind of into a bent knee downward dog and push forward. Just fire out forward. And you really want to squeeze your whole body. Or you can do a jumping jack variation. So you can do a low intensity jumping jack without leaving the floor. Shh, please. You can do regular jumping jacks, which my foot's kind of injured right now, so I won't demonstrate that, but most people know what that is. Or you can do a predator jack, which is where you land low, come together. Land low, come together. All right? So those are some options that you can do for some active recovery at the end. Go through, repeat this a couple more times. Take the levels that work for your body. And just give your body some nice recovery that it needs. All right, guys, that's it. Can you say bye?
Bye.
Bye.